new tonight, we are learning that an independent commission will investigate the deadly January 6th attack on the Capitol and the security failures in the days ahead. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi said the commission is going to be similar to the one established after the 9/11 attacks. The speaker also promises legislation to increase Capitol security.
And that comes as the 7 on Your Side I-Team takes a deeper look into what's happened since that attack, particularly on social media.
Yeah, platforms like Twitter and Facebook have spent weeks cracking down on those believed to be catalysts for this kind of attack. But all new for us at 6 o'clock, ABC 7 investigator Scott Taylor has found those same extremist groups are still active. They've just moved to deeper corners of the web.
Was it an out-of-control protest or a deliberate act? The FBI says social media posts prior to the Capitol assault indicate the riot may have been planned. Come armed, break into the Congress, don't forget your guns. Some of the alarming messages posted before January 6th. With many groups banned from mainstream social media and law enforcement surveilling the web, extremists are now using platforms that can mask a sender's identity.
Without question, there are radical right-wing terrorists within the United States who are working very hard to keep their plans secret from the FBI and other law enforcement agencies.
Encrypted platforms like Telegram, Gab, and 4chan have become the front lines for extremists.
It's very robust. It's very good at protecting somebody's identity and preventing snooping eyes from figuring out who's doing what on the internet.
These messages on Telegram call the Capitol riot a staged attack and an inside job. Over on 4chan, a message urging protesters to march on President Biden's inauguration. And on the dark web, networks only accessed through special browsers. This post on Truthboard urges followers to use cryptocurrency and warns the cops are coming.
Everybody has a right to express, freedom of speech, but it doesn't mean freedom of incitement of violence.
Meredith Weisel of the Anti-Defamation League says social media must do more to clamp down on users who spread hate and violence. The ADL and law enforcement do have techniques to probe the dark web, and that's where Weisel wants the extremist groups to remain on the fringe.
Let them go much into the darker web and make it harder so that mainstream people who were not necessarily part of this won't be part of promoting the violence.
We reached out to Telegram, Gab, and 4chan to hear what they had to say. Just look for my investigation over on WJLA.com. Scott Taylor, ABC 7 News.
How many extremist groups from the left and the right have moved to these sites? That's the big question. The 7 on Your Side team worked to get numbers to answer that question. See what they found. We got it right now online at our website, WJLA.com. All right, now to the COVID-19 vaccine rollout at CVS pharmacies. This is going to be the first full week of in-store shots after CVS began administering vaccines last Friday at certain stores in Maryland and in Virginia. Now, here's 7 on Your Side's Heather Graff with an update on how exactly it's going.
We found a crowded parking lot in a very busy CVS store on Monday morning here in Alexandria.
There was a line just to check in, and then that was probably about 15, 20 minutes, that line.
Sophia Yang took this photo of her 71-year-old father waiting in line, even though he had a pre-scheduled appointment to get his COVID-19 vaccine.
Because there was a glitch in their system apparently this morning.
And we heard similar stories from a few others who showed up to get their shot.
Apparently they had a glitch in the system.
A CVS spokesperson told 7 on Your Side the pharmacy's text messaging system inadvertently sent out messages to a small number of people with vaccine appointments that said their vaccination store was closed. And as soon as the company realized what had happened, she said teams from the impacted stores contacted patients directly to let them know they were in fact open.
The staff and the doctors and everybody in there are very professional and helped everybody out.
CVS said today's technical issue happened not just here in Alexandria, but at several of their pharmacies that are now administering the vaccine in Virginia and in Maryland.
We've been here for an hour and 15 minutes or so. But you know what? They're working out the kinks.
Despite the delay, on this day, we heard more gratitude than frustration. especially after CVS said all patients with appointments were still able to get the vaccine.
You know, want to make sure my dad is protected.
And Sophia was right by her dad's side when he rolled up his sleeve, snapping this photo of his long-awaited first dose.
We're just relieved he finally got it, so that's it. That's that.
7 on your side is trying to get to the bottom of the vaccine rollout in Maryland. Montgomery County leaders, they continue to accuse the governor of cheating residents out of doses. But the state says the county distribution is fair. ABC 7 News' Kevin Lewis has the story.
Montgomery County Council members Tom Hucker and Evan Glass, plus County Executive Mark Elrich, have repeatedly accused Maryland Governor Larry Hogan of failing to provide Montgomery County with its fair share of COVID vaccine doses.
The federal and state plans call for more points of distribution, not less.
During a press conference last week, Governor Hogan explained Montgomery County residents have received 89,000 doses to date. Hogan swore Montgomery residents have not been cheated.
So when you hear, which we've heard over the past week or so, county leaders say, we only get X number of doses for our county, it's false. They're actually referring to what their local health department received, not what their county has received.
You see, Montgomery County does not like the governor's multi-pronged distribution plan. And so, Councilmember Glass asked the Maryland Department of Health this question last week.
Why isn't the state taking a more centralized approach to registration, a one-stop shop where people can enter all of their information and then be assigned to one of the vaccine providers in their area?
There are only 4 states in the country that have gone towards a centralized system. And so I think this notion that Maryland is different and that we should be moving towards that system is kind of misinformed because not many other states are doing that.
Reporting in Montgomery County, I'm Kevin Lewis, ABC 7 News.
Here now is an updated breakdown of the vaccines administered so far in the DMV. More than 1.3 million first and second doses have been given in Virginia. In Maryland, it's more than 893,000 total doses. And in the district, more than 121,000 total doses have been administered.